Hey everyone, how's it going? It's my guy knows the guy, NBA betting today, SportX Insights YouTube channel. It is December 31st, 2021. I can once again hear myself on my own phone. It's the last day of the year. Hopefully no technical difficulties in 2021. Hope everyone's feeling great, actually. Let's get to it. I'm going to pull up some stuff on tonight's games. Hope you guys enjoyed the year. I learned a lot this year, grew a lot this year. Everyone fails, everyone gets back up. You just have to learn along the way. Hope everyone's enjoying their month. Let's keep it going. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, the Pacers stink. If you guys remember what I said, they defy logic. All of their games defy logic. I had a pretty sneaky feeling that they would compete today. I didn't have the stomach to take them on the spread. I had a small bet on DeRozan points prop over. I was actually out for most of the day. Just some light stuff in the afternoon. I'm going to share some more stuff for the evening right now. I also have a bet on Georgia in the playoff game after this Alabama game. I'm hoping Georgia wipes the floor with Michigan today. So let's see how that goes. I don't think Michigan's ready for this. All the college football fans. Yeah, it was Bulls trap, Phoenix trap early in the day. I actually leaned Celtics. I just the early part of the day was actually hectic. Shout out to everyone that's waiting though. I'll pull up some stuff. You guys can probably hear a faucet in the background. If you do, it's completely fine for now. There's dinner being made. It's New Year's, so just have patience with me. You guys, Lakers-Blazers game. TV ratings will be at an all-time low tonight. They will be at an all-time low. People will be partying on the East Coast. Georgia, let's go. Cash on the Raptors. Hey, Freddie's back. Fred VanVleet's back. The Lions shot up early. They already knew this. You can see it, but hey, I'm hoping the Raptors get the dub. Let's go. Fred VanVleet's back. A couple of key guys are back. Scotty Barnes is still out. Yeah, so that game's actually going to start as well. Robert Williams went bonkers. Savion. Yep, he did. He went crazy. He went absolutely crazy. The Suns were thin up front as well, so he definitely took advantage of the matchup that he should have taken. Aldo said he got the Suns plus 18. That's what's up. How are your bets going? Did everybody take the Bulls and the Suns, or did anybody go the other way? I'm gonna pull up. Give me 1 second. I actually have a few props to share in the Grizzlies Spurs game. I have a few props to share in that game. Let me just pull up the information. Make sure nothing changed in the last 10 minutes while I was setting up. In the meantime, I'll pull up the odds. What a year, man! What a year. You took Nikola rebounds, okay. Halliburton assists. Yeah, Davion Mitchell is back. That's another guard to take up usage, but I'm not sure if they're going to baby him or not. Davion Mitchell of the Sacramento Kings. In his absence, with more usage, higher usage, Tyrese Halliburton has been going off. They're getting a lot of guys back. I think that a lot of the games where he was going over his assist total was by virtue of the roster being depleted. Now the Kings are relatively healthy, but they weren't really playing the best even when all of these guys were healthy anyways. So for the Kings, for me to put any money on them, I'm going to have to see them play. Actually, that game's starting right now. So we're going to talk about the other games. But, the other game, it came down to a last-second possession for the Kings to win. The Dallas Mavericks team are a team that I believe are a better constructed team, even without Luka and Tim Hardaway. That's how bad the Kings' defensive metrics have been in the early parts of the season. So let's see how this game unfolds. I don't have, mainly because of timing, I don't have any money on this game, actually. But let's see if you can see, maybe you can see opportunity in the early aspect of the game. Did you guys bet on that game? I didn't. Let me move on, actually. I'm starting to ramble. I'll pull up the injury reports right now. I'm just going to pull the odds up on my phone. I'll pull the injuries up on the screen and the odds on my phone just for the sake of speed. Also, if you guys are not subscribed, if you're watching on Twitter, take a second to subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit like on the video. Take a second to do that for me. Let's keep it going. The odds I'm using are on sportx.bet. Make sure you visit sportx.bet as well. Let me pull up the injuries now. Porzingis has to score. You like Steven Adams under 1.5 assists? I've never taken an under assist prop for a big. It's plus 260. How often does it hit? You'll have to tell me. On that one, you'll have to tell me, Daniel. All right, so we have some stuff coming out for the Pelicans. Well, it looks like Reggie Jackson will play today. That's new to me. Reggie Jackson will play for the Clippers today. He's been off for roughly a week. Maybe his usage is very high in Paul George's absence. Rust factor may be in effect with the Clippers today. I don't know. I felt like the game the other night between the Clippers and the Celtics just lost that game. No discredit to the Clippers, but it was an all-time poor shooting performance for the Celtics. And then, ironically, today Marcus Smart is back. We needed his distribution the other night, and Jaylen Brown goes over his 3 points prop. A couple people sent me messages about that by halftime today. So shout out to Jaylen Brown. He did bounce back. I'm not going to call him a trash player, but he was definitely trash that night. Anything else today? Yeah, Jimmy Butler's in. I did see that. Jimmy Butler's in. Fred VanVleet's in. Also, some of the key guys, OG Anunoby, he's also in. Delano Banton, he's a minimal role player on the bench right now. You could say he's actually just a rookie, so he's also in. But hey, the more depth, the better. The name of the game right now in the NBA is depth. It's depth. So how do you guys feel about the Raptors and the Clippers? I think the Raptors are going to perform well here. Siakam, mainly because Siakam already has a game under his belt. That's Zubac isn't ready. You like the Mavs? I'll pull up the score on that game for a second. Go Georgia. Georgia Bulldogs today. Yeah, early start for the Kings, 7-5. It just started. Looks like a really quick start. Only a minute and a half. You have a really good idea about that game in the third quarter. I don't think the Mavericks will score 94 again. I see them putting up 106, 107 plus today. Let's see how it goes. Hey, what's up, J Money? Happy New Year in advance, bro. If I don't catch you later, fam. I know you're an hour behind. By the time the East Coast gets it ready, gets it popping, there's no telling. It's just, It's an hour ahead. An hour ahead. Happy New Year's to everyone, though. I'm in a really good mood. Hope you guys are too, bro. Hope you guys are too. Let's get it. Is it a day for the Mavs? Is it a day for the Mavs? Let's get it. I'll just pull up the box score quickly, actually. Quick start for Porzingis, 5 points. Someone just said he has to score. Smack City. James, New York Rangers today. Now, let me get to the stuff, everyone. I'm rambling. I just wanted to get everyone in here, pull up some information on the games, and I'll get to the picks, get to the props. I appreciate you guys rocking with me, even listening right now. Let's go. So on the Heat game, I have a small parlay to play for everyone today. It includes Alperen Şengün of the Houston Rockets over 1.5 assists. Combine that with Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers over 5.5 rebounds. That will pay minus 105. I played that. I'm pretty confident that's going to hit, actually. So that's Şengün of the Rockets over 1.5 assists combined with Mobley over 5.5 rebounds. The odd parlay, but they're both super juiced. It's essentially plus even money anyways, equivalent to a regular straight bet. Thomas said, Happy New Year's from Australia. That's what's up, bro. That was many hours ago. Many hours ago. Yeah, that's my play in that game. When it comes to the actual game, the Heat and the Rockets, I'll be honest. I capped that game before the news of Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler playing. They're a mysterious team, the Heat, and the line only shot up to, it's actually currently not available on this board, but the Heat, I have to essentially handicap this game again. If it changes I lean towards the Rockets before that news. I thought these guys would sit out today, not because of New Year's Eve, but Kyle Lowry coming back today and out of protocols, I think that was a wild card for anyone that handicapped this game. I handicapped this game as being a straight under 217 in the absence of Kyle Lowry. Let me pull up the odds in his absence. Let me pull up the odds of what the new total is, because if he knows how to find open shooters. Although all the shooters are out, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent, these guys are out. It's gonna be Tyler Hero, but that top heavy bunch now with the addition of Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry, it heavily tilts the favor tilts this game towards the favor of the Miami Heat for me. No play for me on that, but I do like Alperen Şengün to come off the bench, get that over 1.5 assists, combined with Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers over 5.5 rebounds. I do like Mobley's rebounds by themselves. It's kind of a contrarian play with Jared Allen coming back. But if you guys look at his box score, usage rates, and production, his advanced rebounding stats as well, with Jared Allen on the court. He was on a tear, going over consistently, hitting double-doubles. Not consistently, but at a far higher rate than normal for a rookie. And it was with the pairing of Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen is a natural magnet on the glass. You want to double team him, you want to box him out. Maybe that was just opening opportunities for Evan Mobley to clean up the glass. And you can just envision basketball-wise, Clint Capella being focused on Jared Allen on the glass. So I think that's going to open up rebounds for Evan Mobley. I actually didn't bet it by itself. I just played the reduced because it was 6.5 juice. I played the over 5.5 combined with the Şengün over 1.5 assists. Let's see how it goes. Nothing major. When it comes to the Heat game, it's 5.5 now. You would think it would shoot up dramatically higher than that, even maybe up to 7. Even I know that's very rare for point spreads to move that quickly, or I should say that much. But the Miami Heat are only favored by 5.5 in a game where they're still featuring Jimmy Butler. They're still featuring Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero. It's going to be a very top-heavy bunch. If they want to get the dub, they're going to have to play an extremely short rotation. They're already short of guys. It's a lot. You combine that with the fact that the Rockets seem to be getting healthy. They did go on a decent stretch when they were healthy with Kevin Porter Jr. playing with Eric Gordon. You have Jalen Green coming back. It seems like they told him he has the automatic green light right now because I think he has 4 threes and 6 threes in his last 2 games. He's attempting like 9 threes in the last 2 games, I believe. So he definitely is coming back from the mini absence with his injury, thinking, a lot of the other rookies, they gained substantial ground on him for Rookie of the Year. So you can definitely see an aggressive attitude in Jalen Green. But I'm not sure if he's going to go over his points total today. The Rockets, they're going to play a lot of guys today. Jalen Green's hot. I was looking at his under. Points, but I did not play that. I have 4 props that I did play, though, in the Spurs-Grizzlies game. I'm going to get to that in a second. I played 4 small props in the same game. But when it comes to the point spread in this game, I do want to say, though, it could still be a contrarian under. This Miami team still has a defensive pedigree. They're missing key shooters. People might naturally try to take the over. The market supports that. It's gone up to 219 from 217 on SportX. But, I still think that this Rockets team, they're not going to repeat that offensive performance that they had against the Lakers. The Lakers' defense is somewhat in shambles. And I just see that the Heat still having a decent defensive performance. Whether or not they cover or not, I can't say. It's a hard cap for me, particularly with just the different amount of lineups that the Heat are putting out. It's hard to take the Heat night in, night out. It's hard to take the Miami Heat night in, night out because they put out a very diverse amount of lineups. Let's just call it what it is. They're putting out a different lineup every single night. Whose name from Houston? Oh, Alperen Şengün. Sengun. 1.5 assists seems like a dummy number, but I think it's a style of play, a matter of style of play for me. So on the Hawks game, I leaned towards the Hawks, but that was also before Jared Allen was activated. We knew that he was going to be probable going into today, but let me dig deeper. We should get a better performance out of Cam Reddish and Trae Young today. To me, this game's a hard cap, though. I watched the 2 games against the Bulls. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan for that shot, by the way. Yeah, we play on, bro. You always have to play on. Yeah, over assists. Over 1.5 assists combined with Evan Mobley over 5.5 rebounds. Yeah, Miguel. So, Jay, what's up? Where's Jay at? Think the Rockets will win? Jump on me if you're not busy. We're going to talk about 4 games, but you know how it goes. So, yeah, no play for me on the side, although I thought the price was attractive for Trae Young and Cam Reddish on their threes. On paper so far today, I'm right with the DeMar DeRozan points prop. That's about it. Feeling good about some of the props tonight and some of these matchups. I do think the game will go under, though. I lean towards the under for the Hawks and the Cavs tonight. Moving on to the Spurs and the Grizzlies, I'll be completely honest. The line movement in this game scared me off of the spread. I want to take the Grizzlies very, very badly. I also like Desmond Bane over 3.5 threes made. It's at plus money. It's at plus 120. I think he has a great chance to hit that against this lackluster perimeter defense. This perimeter defense, when it comes to allowing threes for the Spurs, they tend to get worse on the road. I do lean towards the Grizzlies in this game. They have a distinct advantage on the perimeter in this game. It's like a battering ram. Ja Morant, Ja Bane today. Ja Morant and Desmond Bane. But and I think we're gonna get a really high scoring game in here. Correlated to the fact that the Spurs allow a lot of points. They allow a lot of points away from home, from the 3-point line. It's like they allow teams to play at their best when they get out of that home environment. For me in this game, I have some obscure props to play. One of them is not too obscure, but it's Keldon Johnson of the San Antonio Spurs over 1.5 threes made. That's minus 120. He is near the top in percentage, if not the top. I believe last week he was leading the league in 3-point percentage. Heavy lean Hawks? Yeah. Heavy lean Hawks for me as well in this one. It's just the back end of the roster is scary. I can see them playing well early again, but I want to jump on the Hawks in this picture, but I have some of my bets already spread out. Let's see if the Hawks can dig themselves out of the hole. Sometimes we don't have to bet. You can just observe the game. If they go down 10, you can catch a +4, +5 in game. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts. Perfectly aligned right there. Let's see how it goes. Christian Wood, no play for me on Christian Wood today. I cashed his over points total against the Bulls the other day, against the Lakers the other night, over 19.5 points. But Christian Wood is an animal. He's an animal. It's just they're playing more guys now. They're playing more guys. SGA is in. We'll get to that game. SGA is in. They knew he was going to play. They knew he was going to play. Crazy. So yeah, I have Keldon Johnson of the San Antonio Spurs over 1.5 threes made. I have Ja Morant under 6.5 rebounds. I have Jock Landale of the San Antonio Spurs, an obscure big whose production is increasing over the last 4 games, over 3.5 rebounds. I also have one second, everyone. Wow, where's my list? Yeah, bear with me for a second, everyone. I also have Doug McDermott under 13.5 points. So I have 4 props in this game. I played them all separately, and I played them all small. Jock Landale over 3.5 rebounds. Keldon Johnson over 1.5 threes made. Doug McDermott under 13.5 points. Ja Morant under 6.5 rebounds. The Ja Morant under 6.5 rebounds is the most juiced of the bunch. But they all pay. They all pay. So I tried that out. I also like this game to go over. I also, the Spurs defense, we're going to see tonight. Big pressure, he said, the legend of Jock. Let's see, his productivity is increasing, playing about 16 plus minutes over the last 4 games by virtue of the San Antonio Spurs being thin at the big position. He's going to be the backup big tonight. Let's see if he can go over 3.5 rebounds. He did not the last game, but I believe he did the prior 3 to 4 games. Prior 3 to 4 games before that. Okay? I like the over in this game as well, between the Spurs and the Grizzlies. This is a game, and I think the Grizzlies are going to be the one to do it, guys. I think the Grizzlies are going to be the one to do it. I'm going to add, why not? I'll sprinkle Desmond Bane over 3.5 threes made in this game. I was in a good rhythm with taking him over 2.5 threes made against inferior backcourts, but 3.5, I have not jumped on the 3.5 at even money train with Bane yet. I actually feel comfortable doing that tonight. Ja Morant went full speed against the Lakers. I think Desmond Bane goes full speed against the Spurs today. The Bane train. Someone said that it was crazy. The other day, Desmond Bane hit those 2 free throws at the end of the Lakers game, and it seemed like half the stadium had his over 18.5 points. People on Twitter, everything. People were cheering left and right. The game was already over. They were cheering left and right. So they had that over 18.5. He hit that over 18.5. People said he's a national treasure. Jay, they're saying Desmond Bane's a national treasure, bro. It's crazy out here. Hopefully it doesn't get to his head. I don't think it's gonna get to his head when he gets paid. I don't think it's gonna get to his head. We'll see though. We'll see. For now, we're gonna ride the train against. There's no DeJounte Murray, so you have to pick your poison between John Morant and Desmond Bane. You have to pick one. Doug McDermott's in trouble. I believe Lonnie Walker's out. I believe he's out. And he's self-made too, bro. He's self-made, self-made. You gotta respect it. What are the odds he goes to the locker room, comes back with 1 minute left, and gets fouled to go over? It's crazy. Okay, moving on. That's it for me in that game. I'll be honest. It's difficult to cap this game now that we know for a fact that SGA is in the game, okay? I think that the Knicks can beat these guys on the money line. It's just so priced out, right? The gap between the money line and the spread, that's why I can't recommend it. I think the Knicks will get the win tonight against the Thunder. But what are we even saying there? What are we even saying there? You guys have seen the tweets recently. Can he get, I believe Bane, the alt line, the lower one, over 2.5. If you're trying to combine it with something else, I think the 2.5 is a go. I think 2.5 is a go. But maybe we can look for something to combine. I think Knicks do win. It's just it doesn't pay. It's minus 180 or something. Oh, actually, I'm sure it changed now. Let me see. I don't get in the habit of recommending stuff like that. I'm just giving you my thoughts on the game winner. I would tell you if I had my money on it. It's minus 190. Can't be. Now that we know, it's probably off the board. Probably getting lineup stuff. Let me refresh the page. There's nothing even on the screen. My bad. My bad on the lack of information. Let me refresh the injury reports. We're going to get to that Blazers-Lakers game. An absolute circus. The Lakers-Blazers game today is an absolute circus. Straight up. All right, it's down to minus 175 for the Knicks. Maybe we can combine something on that. I know SGA's in. It's tough, though. He's playing peak SGA right now. It's crazy. $175 million SGA. Thomas? Yeah, you said the Lakers win today? I'm on the Blazers. Let's see how it goes. LeBron's superhuman status right now, though. Starting lineup for the Thunder. SGA, Dort, Aaron Wiggins. Who's that? P.J. Watson and Isaiah Roby. Mitchell Robinson will have 2 blocks in this game. At least. Give me the Knicks to win. I'm a big believer. Julius Randle, okay, I'm going to look it up. I know that out of all top 30 scorers when he was healthy, Jeremy Grant of the Detroit Pistons was the most inefficient top 30 scorer in the NBA. I'm willing to bet Julius Randle is not far behind him. There's no way in hell. Yeah, Cincinnati college football, they're just happy to be here. Facts, they're just happy to be here. I like the under in this game, but I didn't want to bet it on it because I had Georgia. I didn't want to bet more on Georgia if I lost. That's how I get sometimes. Yeah, Knicks fans are kind of glad Randall's out. That's weird, though. That's impossible to have envisioned a few months ago. Julius Randle being out is it's a shame. No Quentin Grimes props. Grimes will have a big game today. He's not in protocols, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, no, he's in. Quentin Grimes. Let's see what there is. I believe a starting rotation of Quickly, Grimes, Burks, Mitchell Robinson, and who was that the other day? I've already forgot. It was someone who was starting with them. I believe it was R.J. Barrett. It was a really good defensive unit. That unit will win 44 games. That's how bad the starters have been playing for the Knicks. I'm not getting any props for Quentin Grimes. I would take his threes over, though. I'm going to speed it up, everyone, and I'll just recap what I have. For the people who are just joining, I have a parlay, Alperen Şengün of the Houston Rockets over 1.5 threes, combined with Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers over 5.5 rebounds for minus 105 odds. It's a small 2-player prop parlay. I have the over in the Spurs Grizzlies game, and I have four props in that game as well. Jock Lawndale of the Spurs over 3.5 rebounds. Keldon Johnson of the Spurs over 1.5 threes made. John Morant of the Grizzlies under 6.5 rebounds. And Doug McDermott of the Spurs under 13.5 points. That's what I have so far. We're on this Knicks game right now. So we have the T-Wolves and the Jazz. No bet for me in this game, but there is a strong historical precedent that leads towards the T-Wolves covering this game. I don't know if it's a style of play or it's just one of those historical trends that just continues to hang, but this T-Wolves team has a very strong historical ATS record against the Utah Jazz. I also think this game could be very high scoring, everyone. I have a strong lean towards the over in the even though they're undermanned, but towards the Jazz and the T-Wolves. The Jazz shoot the three a lot better at home, and their defense seems to be getting a bit worse at home. Let's see if this trend continues tonight, but I have a strong lean towards the over in this game, and I also had Jordan Clarkson over on his rebounds listed as well, but the book that I was using took it off the board. Don't know why. But if you guys look, this is a cash cow at the moment that I'm seeing. Some books are choosing to offer it and some are not, but Jordan Clarkson is rebounding. It's the strangest shit. Georgia might go hard body today. They might make a statement today, actually. I think Georgia might make a statement. Don't come running to me if they lose, though. I have them to win the entire thing in my pocket. There's also a lot of money in Michigan. For me, it checks a lot of boxes. Halliburton has 6 assists already. Did Fox go under again? Fox has been trained on his under for his assists. No, he has 3 already. Yeah, it's a balanced attack, though, between the two so far. It's a balanced attack, but it's really early. I do think the Mavericks are going to score a lot today. Let's see if they continue this trend. They had bad defense in the first quarter. They're about to shoot 2 free throws. Good, strong end to the first quarter. Maybe look at that team total live over for the Mavericks, everyone. I project them to score today. Let's see if the Kings can do this for 4 quarters. I still think they're the worst team in professional sports. I don't care that they just won. Facts. That's fair, Mark. That's fair. Just don't bet the house. Bet reasonably. And I'm not scared of this bet at all. What's up, Akbar? That is fair, Mark. If I'm touting it, I gotta take the blame if I'm putting it out, because I'm sharing it with the people. I like Georgia minus 7.5 today. Okay, they hit the free throw. What's up, Akbar? Yeah, so let me move on. What do you guys think about Anthony Edwards coming back today? It's a conditioning game for him. Okay, moving on to the Lakers and the Portland Trailblazers. I lean towards the under in the Houston Miami game, Brandon. I lean towards the under. Happy New Year's to everyone. Hope everyone's in a great mood. Hope you have a chance to spend it. Crazy circumstances out here. But, hey, even if you're alone, it's okay, man. Sometimes the partying is overrated. It's overrated. I'm just trying to pull up this article and share some of the stuff that I was reading. Appreciate you too, Brandon. Appreciate you, Akbar, James, Sticky. How's it going? Yeah, just, I learned a lot this year, man. Learned a lot this year in sports betting. Had a lot of really good stretches. Learned a lot. Won a lot of money. Lost some money. It comes with the game. but I can definitely say that I made more this year than I ever had betting on sports. But by virtue of betting more on the games, I have had some instances where I have lost as well. It comes where I've lost money as well. It comes with the game, and things can change quickly. Just look at this NBA season. Had a bit of a rough start to the season, then cranked it up to average. Then had a pretty hot stretch. Then pretty cold for a few days. Now just trying to pick and choose spots. It's up and down, but at the same time, overall this season, I believe I've learned a lot so far. It's going to be the rest of the season is going to be great because the spots that I'm choosing are going to be more targeted. I'm going to be emphasizing quality over quantity. So let's go. Let's go. The Suns are legends for that. Suns are legends for that. They might be in bed with the mob now. The Suns are in bed with the mob now. Everyone. After last year, they've been chosen as betting pawns. They've joined the ranks of the Indiana Pacers. What's Jason Kidd doing? I'm not watching the game. I'm going to pull it up after this. About to eat some nice dinner. Okay, I'm going to pull up this article, talk about this Blazers game, get out of here. Just kind of chilling right now. Make sure you guys take a second to visit sportx.bet. I'm using odds on sportx.bet, crypto sportsbook that pays you crypto while you bet on sports. Best of both worlds. Best of both worlds. Yeah, so these are just some notes, some pregame notes on the Lakers-Blazers game. Report I read from silverscreenandroll.com. It's a Lakers blog. They're pretty good about being not impartial because they're a Lakers blog, but they don't mind criticizing their own team. Some good facts, some pretty good information as well. So one thing I can say about the Lakers is that our projection of them being a bet against team over the course of the first 25 to 30 games of the season has come true. They've been one of the worst teams ATS so far this season. And ironically, they're playing the other team that is also one of the worst teams against the spread so far this season. In this particular instance, in the role of favorites, the Lakers have been absolutely unreliable. I know they have been on an upward trajectory, okay? Since they put LeBron at the 5, let's call it what it is. I'm talking offensively. They've been losing games. They have not been covering games. This I understand. Up until their game the other night, which they only covered on the closing spread, by the way. Different people had different results in the Grizzlies-Laker game because the Grizzlies opened up at -4. The Lakers covered the closing spread of +6, but failed to cover the number that hung through for a lot of the earlier parts of the day in the +4. The Grizzlies covered the opening. The Lakers covered the close. LeBron has been playing out of this world. Shout out to Jay Betts in our group chat. He recommended, and in the chat here the other day, LeBron 30 plus the other night. Plus the Lakers cover paid pretty well. But, I just don't want to get in the habit of betting on this Lakers team to cover back-to-back games. I don't think that's going to be a profitable bet with the amount of lineups that they're putting out there. They're randomly bringing not a change on the court, but a change on the bench. Their head coach is coming back from protocols today, Frank Vogel, who has been somewhat of an atrocity with his rotations. His rotations have been absolutely terrible. Let's see how it goes. LeBron's birthday was yesterday. That's an anecdotal factor in this game. On the flip side, the Blazers have been absolutely horrendous, only 3-11 against the spread. For me in this game, according to my projections, I have these two teams at equal ATS performance at this juncture, so I'm going to take the points in this game. I did not take the money line for the Blazers, but I like the Blazers to keep it close. I'm not going to say we're going to get superhuman Damian Lillard tonight, but he's had some big performances in Staples Center, Crypto.com Arena. Okay, they're going to have to go short rotation in this game. They're going to be leaning heavily on Dame, leaning heavily on Norman Powell, and leaning heavily, ironically, on Larry Nance Jr. tonight. He almost had a triple-double in the last game. They got smoked by the Jazz, a far superior team, but I think the Jazz would also smoke the Lakers right at this exact moment, okay? So give me the points in this nightcap game. Nothing for me by way of props. Nothing for me on the total either. A simple bet on Blazers plus 5.5 in this game. These are two teams that are in shambles. It's a circus, okay? So I understand Some people are messaging me. They're going to skip out on this game, asking for other plays. If you're skipping out on this game, I respect it. Okay, both of these teams. This is a circus, but I see value in the underdog in this particular scenario because because of what I'm seeing. I've been watching a lot of Lakers basketball. I don't think what LeBron is doing right now is sustainable. I don't think it's sustainable. Frank Vogel will mess around and cost them the game today. Okay. Damn, are they watching? I booked it already at 1.5. Are they watching? If Şengün doesn't go over 1.5 assists, go look at his box scores. Go look at his box scores, everyone. All right, look at his box scores. So yeah, simple night for me. Blazers plus 5.5. I have some smaller props in the Grizzlies Spurs game. Jock Londale over 3.5 rebounds. I have Keldon Johnson over 1.5 threes made. John Morant under 6.5 rebounds, and I have Doug McDermott under 13.5 points. Those are 4 props all within the Grizzlies Spurs game. I also like the game to go over, and I take Desmond Bane. Can't forget Bane. Over 3.5 threes made, plus 120 for that game. And I lean towards the under in the Heat Rockets game, but I did not bet that. College football, I have a bet on Georgia Bulldogs minus 7.5. Happy New Year's to everyone. Let's get some cash. Everybody stay safe. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy it with your family, your friends, whether you're by yourself as well. Anything you're doing today is okay as long as you're happy. Let's keep it going. Don't bet it all on one game. We're going to crush it next year. Let's keep going. And, hey, it's just it's fun times. Thanks for watching NBA betting today. I'll leave it on for 1 second. We have a few people still watching. If you do not have notifications on the YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe and turn notifications on so you do not miss whenever we go live. Things are changing in the NBA at all times, so we'll probably go live at different times, but we'll try to get to a model of consistency. Happy New Year's, everyone. Stay safe, and I don't even blame anyone who's not watching the Lakers-Blazers game. TV ratings might be at an all-time low.